There are living legends. Andreas Preuninger is one of them. He is the father of the 996 GT3 RS and forward. But did you know that one of his first projects to lead to success was a motorbike? To merge two such different cultures or brands as Porsche and Harley Davidson did when they developed the V-Rod is beyond. It creates magic. The rock and roll from United States meet up with the driver's gentleman from Germany. And enjoying this bike or meeting up this bike is special. Let's face it, you're not going to buy a Harley Davidsons for its technology, no. It is for the culture and the passion that you will have and the signals that you will send out driving a custom bike. The marriage between Porsche and Harley Davidson is not just a love affair. It contains a lot of genius moves as well. Digging down into Harley Davidson's history book, finding the Superbike VR1000 and taking the Remington engine, reborn it and having it baptized in Flacht together with the Porsche engineers, or should I say priests, creates a dynamic around the bike that I believe not many bikes has ever had. And looking at the revometer, where the red mark starts at 9,000 revs, give me a distinct connection to my own Porsche 911 GT3.
You know, the purist within the Harley Davidson culture, they would most likely say to you that the V-Rod isn't the proper Harley Davidson. In some extent, I guess I think they are right. I mean, it's a collaboration between one of the perhaps two most powerful brands in the history, and Porsche has baptized this bike to be a proper bike that you actually could drive and enjoy in a wider range of driving.
In 2002, that's when the engine was baptized in Flacht from Porsche. They tested it quite heavily, and I believe they ran about 500 hours non-stop with the engine before it was improved. Many engines has passed until they were satisfied. The first engine was a 1131 cc engine. And in 2005, the Screaming Eagle version was introduced with increased of volume to 1247 cc. And I believe it was in 2008, it was standard in the models. This particular bike is my own. So I have had it for 3 seasons, and I wouldn't drive a bike if it wasn't for the Andreas Preuninger's project with Harley Davidson. And that's the genius about it. According to the rumors I have, the sales numbers climbed dramatically when Harley Davidson was introduced the V-Rod to a European market. And the rumor says that Porsche also was involved in giving advice on how to develop the bike. And a few things that the rumor said that Porsche had to fight to get their first aluminium frame, lowering the entire weight of the motorbike. Also, this is not the gas tank. You will find the 19 liters gas tank underneath the seat and as low as possible. Not sure if that is the best position for a motorcycle, but I love the idea. And the reason for that is that the air intake is in the top. The airbox has what it seems to air intake in the front, but these are just mock-ups to create cosmetics on the bike. No, the air intake is actually in the center of the bike. And in the rear, loud pipes saves lives. And I believe that's a trademark for Harley Davidson, making a lot of noises. And having the testosterone flying around, making our old middle-aged man young again. To customize your bike is actually part of the, I would say, Harley Davidson culture. There are more modified bikes on the streets than the stock ones. I've done substantial modification, I would say, to my bike, even though I haven't changed the look and feel of the stock muscle. Let me show you a few of the modifications that I've done to my bike. So let's start in the front. The most common comments I get when people are viewing my bike is the wheels. They are right wheels from US. And spoked wheels are normally in steel, but this one is in pure aluminium. That attracts me a lot. It almost feels like a European product, but it isn't. It's a pure American product. And to match the wheels, I have changed the brake discs to match the design of the wheels, and to not to get any distraction, the cover on the brake calipers are changed to black. Moving a bit upwards, I've painted the holder for the beautiful 911 headlamps. I have changed the mirror, and as a consequence the turn signals are integrated in the handle. I've changed the handles to Harley Davidson stock. I don't know, I think it is a equipment from Harley Davidson, but I think they look quite nice. I've changed the tire to 260. I think that is the perfect width on a V-Rod. If you go higher than 260, according to my taste, they get too large, taking over the design of the bike. I've changed the pulley to match the spoked wheels. I've painted the belt cover and installed the R-Not air suspension system. The number plate holder that I have in the back, it's stock, but I have cut it and changed the design of it to make sure it is a bit slimmer than stock. I've done some paint job on the bike, but I have only painted things that used to be silver black. The reason I've done that is that I want to highlight the spectacular Revington engine, and therefore the things that are not connected to the engine are painted black. One big thing that was the largest improvement was the rear swing bar. For the record, I've customized the bike all by myself. Well, almost. Johan gave me a hand one weekend to make the job easier. But the bike was more or less dismounted. Only the frame, engine and rear fender was left on the bike. The bike is not a piece of art. I drive my bike and I've done more than 15,000 kilometers with it. The bike is not comfortable, fast or easy to ride. And perhaps you could ask yourself, why do you buy a Harley Davidson?
And you don't buy a custom Harley Davidson to get the fastest times around tracks, etc. Now it's another experience. You want to have an enjoyment of something special, something that the other bikes cannot offer. And that's the truth, because I mean, I had a Multistrada for, I think it was a couple of days for a test drive, and I also driven the BMW GS, and you know, after a day of driving you just step off the bike and you're not tired. That's true. I drive 100 kilometers with this bike and I need to call rehab to get my body fixed. Now it's a matter of getting experience, getting a statement.
Yes, it is very common that V-Road owners like myself modify their bikes. But one thing that I couldn't touch is the front headlights. If you look carefully, you can clearly see the heritage from the Porsche 911. I don't think that you buy any bike today for rational reasons. And from that perspective, I think to build up mysterious or brand around a bike is quite important. I think the marriage between Porsche and Harley Davidson has made this bike unique. I think that driving a bike with a custom bike, so to speak, or a cruiser with an historical race engine and developed by Porsche engineering and having that 9,000 revving engine V-twin sound around you creates a lot of feelings. And if I would buy a bike today, I still would look at the V-Rod, despite its lack of technology and comfort and ride.